All right, Shalom. First, I'd like to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai. Double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone, and peace and blessings to the elect. I just came across a very interesting article. Okay, and so I'm just read it real quick. Lord will be edifying and informative to the elect. So it says Trump shot U.S. economy in foot with steel and aluminum tariffs. Wall Street analyst. America is telling, now here's the important part. It says America is telling Europe and Asia, you have to go your own way. You can't depend on us because the U.S. is going to do everything to hurt you in order to help itself, according to economic commentator Michael Hudson. All right. Hey, that says a lot right there. All right, that says a lot right there, because the U.S. is saying what? They telling Asia, Europe and Asia that they can't depend on the U.S. and what? The U.S. is gonna do everything to hurt them in order to help themselves. What is that? What now? Does that sound like an ally? No. Okay. And guess what? When you hurt these nations, they're not gonna sit there and let you hurt them. They're gonna retaliate, and it's gonna escalate until their enemies and missiles are sent flying. All right. After months of postponing its implementation while simultaneously threatening a trade war, President Donald Trump has slapped tariffs on steel and aluminum imports. The EU, as well as Canada and Mexico, has vowed to retaliate. Domestic reaction in the U.S. has also been negative, with both Democrats and Republicans criticizing the move. Wall Street analyst and economic commentator Michael Hudson believes the U.S. could actually suffer more than Europe from the tariffs. And who exactly is going to be suffering? The citizens, okay? The idiots who are living their everyday lives, not knowing a damn thing that's happening, that's going to be happening. All they're going to feel is the effects. All right, and they're not gonna know the cause. They're just gonna be feeling the effects. All right. It says here the EU has vowed to retaliate. What steps do you expect them to take? Then replied Michael Hudson. Says the irony of all of this is that there is a good logic for protectionism, and the object to protectionism is to import the raw materials as cheap as you can and make all your profit in manufacturers in high value added. What Trump has done by putting the tariffs on aluminum and steel is to raise the price of aluminum and steel to Americans. You hear that? To Americans. Okay? The Americans are the ones that are going to be suffering, man. And they're going to be suffering far worse when this economy collapses. They've already jumped about 25% since he announced the tariffs a few weeks ago. But you know what it is? People don't care, and they don't realize until it actually affects them physically. It affects them where it hits close to home. You know, they don't care until they go to the gas station and they say there's no gas. You know, or they go to the supermarket and there's no food because no trucks are bringing them in. You know, or the grid gets shut down and they don't have any electricity. All right, then they start going crazy. That's when they want to care. Like the scriptures say, that's when they shall seek the Lord early, but they shall not find him. All right. It says, and all of a sudden, this oversupply is going to be sold to Europeans and Asians, so their manufacturers can buy aluminum, and steel more cheaply to make manufactured goods at much lower cost than American manufacturers can. So Trump has given Europe and Asia an opportunity to undersell American manufacturers of tinware, of anything industrial, beer kegs. People have talked about frying pans, cars, anything made out of aluminum and steel. Now the foreigners outside of America will have an advantage over the American producers. Trump has shot the American economy in the foot. That seems to be his guiding principle. Does the EU need to do anything in retaliation? Do you think there will be a trade war, or is Europe going to sit back and enjoy the benefits? It says it has to do something legally. It can't let America say we're going to put a tariff on anything we want in order to have all the monopoly in the world in our country and make you pay monopoly prices. There is a reason. There's an oversupply of aluminum and steel, and that is because other countries are afraid of American sanctions. They don't know who America is going to move against next, so they have to be independent in basic needs. Steel, aluminum, but also agriculture, also information technology. So what America is doing is telling Europe and Asia, you have to go your own way. You can't depend on us. We are for America first, and we are going to do everything we can to hurt you to help ourselves, because that is how Mr. Trump made his fortune in real estate, by threats and intimidation and long lawsuits. So how do you think this is going to play? How do you think this is going to turn out? If America's saying this to their quote-unquote allies, how do you think their allies are going to take that? Not too kindly. It says, to be fair to Donald Trump, he did say when he was on the campaign trail that this is the sort of stuff he was going to do. What is the effect? Okay. It says, what is the effect going to be? First of all, on the American consumers, the price of anything made out of aluminum and steel is going to go up. So the prices they pay will either go up, or the companies that make things out of aluminum and steel are going to have their profits eroded by having higher costs. And keep in mind, you have a lot of stuff that's made of aluminum and steel. Okay, don't just think of the raw material, man. Think of the things that require aluminum and steel to function, to be made. It says European exports and Asian exports are now going to have a competition advantage over the U.S. In other words, Trump hasn't read basic economic textbooks on how protectionism made Germany, France, and America rich in the first place, or how protectionism is forcing Russia to be more independent. Russia, it doesn't need protectionist tariffs when it has something like American sanctions. Hey, man, so this is what's going on in the world, all right? And this is what we're supposed to be looking at and looking for, okay? Because it's all prophecy, all right? So, Lord willing, this was edifying unto the elect. You know, call Lord Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. Hey, stay in these prophecies, man, all right? And Shalom.